Alright guys, welcome to another video. So we're finally here. RPG guides. I've been working on this a while. It's been tough getting footage for it. Yeah, I am currently 2300 in RBGs and around 2500 experience. Played a 2.9k MMR this season multiple times. And in this video here, I'll show you the basics of playing RBGs. It's quite a long one, so make sure you go all the way through. I'll try to leave time codes or something is in the description as well. Make sure you check that out. Alright guys, on with the video. But first, if you like and enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more great content, ring the bell button for notifications, and just a little bit of luck at finding a good teams. I also stream over on twitch.tv/KillerChris. We do a lot of rating here with viewers. We have a lot of people getting ahead of the curve. We're also going to do viewer RBGs very soon, led by yours truly. Go and check it out. Hit a follow. We also hit 20k followers. So celebration stream will come up as well. Take care, guys. Let's get on with it. Alrighty, guys. The first tip, and possibly the most important tip, is communication. Communication is so damn important in RBGs. You can't even fathom. Like, it's the most important thing there is. So, and there's two ways of doing communications. There's those who are saying a bunch of nonsense in comms or in voice. But get in voice, guys. Just join the groups here. Even in low CI, people are like, oh, we don't need voice with so low rating. True, but if you are in voice and you're playing against a team of the same skill set or skill level, you're gonna beat them every single time if you're in voice and they are not. Fact, if you're doing it right. So, what not to do on voice? Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we killing this? We need to do this. Can we please do this? Guys, why didn't you do this? That was so stupid, guys. You're an idiot. Just don't. You're cluttering voice. You can discuss the mistakes and the plays after. Quick calls like, alright guys, we need to not do this. We need to be better at this. Let's go. Quick content. Don't start a discussion during the BG. Because you need to do calls for voice or for target calls. And we need to do calls and communicate when we're trying to ninja bases. We need to be able to hear if somebody has a low mic or if people are just shouting in team chat or voice comms. And a rogue says, guys, there's two people here. I need help. I need help right now. And two other people are shouting really loudly in Discord. Guess what? They ain't gonna hear the rogue saying, hey guys, I need help. I need help. I need help, and you're gonna lose a base. So don't do that. So target calling, there's two ways of doing it. There's multiple ways of doing target calling, and there's some really good target callers. What target callers need to pay attention to are the enemies, cooldowns. What do they have? What have they used? So try and keep track of that in your head, or use Omnibar to take control of the most important one. You need to configure Omnibar as a target caller if you're using it. It's good, but it will literally fill up half your screen if not configured proper in RBGs. So, what else are we going to keep an eye out for? Well, we are going to keep an eye out for stuff like trinkets and positioning. If one is super overextended, we could kill him. If one doesn't have a trinket, we could also kill that target. Always on cooldown, we kill the paladin. And so on and so forth. Healers, if they are don't bother killing them. They're literally just a sitting duck. They can't really do anything. Since there's so much damage, you need to have a lot of mana and you need to actually be able to pump heals. So take advantage of that and know when to kill healers. Also try to stagger your kills, but more on that later. And target calling. This is one way of doing it. Alright, go on the paladin. Kill paladin. Kill paladin. Kill paladin. Kill paladin. Alright, now kill the warrior. Kill the warrior. Hit the warrior. Hit the warrior. DK is overextended. Kill the DK. Kill the DK. And that can work. People need to be really fast to like adapt to your calls and stuff. And they don't really have time to set up CC, so they kind of have to think like you're thinking. And then at that point, you don't really need a target caller. And the other way of doing it is counting down. Alright, we go on the paladin in 3, 2, 1, kidney bomb. And then they know, alright, he's counting down, we need to set up CC. And then we go on the paladin. It's a surefire way to get kills and nuke them down every time. Alright guys, this has been target calling. Alrighty, guys. Tip number 2 is the tactics. There's a lot of strategies and tactics that in the lower MMOs that I see a lot of people are doing wrong, that they could do a lot better. For example, there's a lot of BGs that are playing towards objectives. Silver Shard Mines, Warzone Gulch even, and yeah, other flag maps, and the new BFA map that nobody likes. So what we're gonna discuss here about today is some of the simple changes that you can do to fix those and to win more BGs this way. So in Warzone Gulch and Deepwind Gorge, no, not Deepwind Gorge, Twin Peaks. I mean, all these fucking new BGs, man. Warzone Gulch, AB, and Alterac Valley. Those are the ones I'll remember. So what we're gonna do here to fix that is Warzone Gulch, you have an offensive team and a defensive team. Don't do what everybody else does. All right, you got the flag rogue, you kill the flag carrier, and that's your job. The rest of us, we go and just kill them. And then we'll cap the flag after. By the time you wipe that team, they might have run 2 flags. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take a defensive team, usually consisting of Holy Paladin, another healer, and a Warlock, and whatever else you have that you feel like could be useful in a defensive situation. So the reason why you want to bring the Holy Paladin, Bubble Sack. You want to bring another healer because, hey, it's defensive team, we just gotta survive. Especially with a lot of stacks. That extra healer is going to be nice to have. You're going to bring people that can slow. Warlock's corruption slow with that legendary is absolutely bananas. I don't know, bring 2 other DPS so you can stay alive. The offensive team should be consisting of the rest. Boomkins, really good for offense. Rogues, extremely good for offense. Smoke bomb, kidney shots, blinds and healers, etc. Duel. In case you are about to okay, I don't have my damage anymore. I've pumped all my damage into the EFC. He's almost dead. I'm gonna go and duel the Paladin so I can sack him or bop him. That's important. Make sure you have your offensive team in order. Bring a Disc Priest if you have one. The ideal healing comp is 2 Disc Priest and 1 Holy Paladin. That's not saying that you can't play anything else. I've played plenty of healing comps. Don't be a meta slave, guys. And if we have that sorted out, we can have a defensive team and an offensive team. Never fight them in a place where you can't be helpful either in the defensive or offensive situation. Here's what happens so often. Entire teams fight in the middle. We have 1 flag carrier in one end, 1 flag carrier in the other end. Both teams have each other's flags. They'll fight each other. Alright. They'll wipe the team, and they'll go and kill the flag. And he has nothing to guard him because everyone's dead. Or they'll wipe them, and then they'll spawn again. Then they'll go and fight them again, and then nothing's happened. Here's what's going to happen if you play this strategy instead of fighting in the middle. So, you have 5 people with your flag carrier. You can kite, you can knock them back, you can slow them. You are really set up. You have bubble sacks if they actually make it through to you. And you position well and you kite well. Doesn't matter how many people they come. If you kite well and slow them well and knock them back and keep them off your flag carrier. That's the main goal as a defensive team. Keep them off your flag carrier and try to kill them if they overextend. And yeah, let's say there are 8 people, 9 people going for a flag carrier. You'll be able to survive that. In the meantime, you have a 5v1 on the enemy flag carrier. Do you think he's gonna survive that? Of course he isn't gonna survive that. No matter how good he is in kiting. Even a demon hunter, he can't do that. And make sure you communicate well here. You communicate well here in this situation. Well, hey, okay, the flag carrier is leaping over to graveyard. One person goes around, takes him from the other side, stops him. He did. And then you can tell, so your flag carrier, he's about to die. Get to the flag spot so they don't pick the flag in the meantime. Oh, that's a 5-head move. Alright, guys. This has been like a brief moment of the tactics and what you need to change in most of the BGs. Think about playing objectives rather than just murdering them in team fights. That is the way to do it. I played with a 2.4, 2.5 team. And he was like, I don't know. We murdered them. over and over again, but still we lost. And you will do this all times if you do play team fights. I mean, it can work, and you can slaughter them. And if you do that, you have to be, I mean, you really have to run them over hard for that to work. So play the mechanics, play the maps, and set up a strategy that is good and focuses on the objectives and not being dead weight in the middle of the room. And if you want to know more about specific battlegrounds, hit me up with a comment below, and I'll try to see if I can do a specific BG video for each BG or just for some of the ones that people need to hear more about. Alrighty guys, tip number 3 will be add-ons, and Omnibar is really great, as we mentioned before. Another add-on that is almost mandatory is battleground enemies. There's other variants of it. I personally prefer battleground enemies, and I know that is the one that most people are preferring. It's kind of like Gladius, if you're used to that from arenas. However, this one caters to a whole battleground. So let's cover it, what it does and what the information is shown on from left to right. So going on the left here, we have the DRs, the diminishing returns. So there's half, quarter, and immune on DRs. So you'll see what spell is DR'd latest. So Sap, that also covers polymorph. You gotta remember that. That's how diminishing returns work. They are shared between some abilities. So, and if it is green, there's half DR. If it's yellow, that's quarter. If it is red, they are immune to that CC. So make sure you keep an eye on this here, and make sure there's also always DRs on some people. Like, that's one thing, if you can tell if a team fight is going well, is their DRs up, or is there not DRs up? If there's no DRs up, then you need to work on your crowd control, and you need to get some of those out. So the next line here is very simple. It's the spec that people are playing. The next line is the big bar in the middle. That's the health bar. And the thing in those, there is also a little square, or some squares on them. Those are the classes that are currently targeting that player. So then you can coordinate and see who is targeting who. And if you're not on voice, which you should be, you can also easier see. It's also easier to see for battlegrounds leaders if stuff is going the right way, or if people are doing proper. And there will also be orb carriers and flag carriers in that bar as well. All the way on the right hand side of the health bar, we have the amount of people they easily can see, so you don't actually have to spend time counting the little squares and see how many people is targeting that person. Also, on the far right hand side, outside of the health bars, we have trinkets, and racial abilities are also marked on cooldown there. And this covers battleground enemies. It's a really good add-on, and I definitely recommend you download it. I'll make sure I'll leave it in a description below the video. Alrighty guys, tip number 4, and this one here is for the defenders. And make sure when you are defending a base and potentially ghosting a base, make sure you are keeping aware of where the enemies are. Also, it's really important that you do not leave the base defended by somebody who doesn't have a trinket. Unless that person is confident that they can hold it for long enough until they get their trinket, or you keep an eye around where the enemies are. That will definitely help. So trinkets are really important when you're defending. Also, make sure that you're not staying too close to the flag. You don't want to give a rogue enough range where he can zap you and then start capping the flag. If you do that, he is likely going to get it every single time because he can zap you. Then you're forced to trinket that zap and go and stop him, and then he can blind you, and then he takes the flag. If you don't have anything, if you do have, then let's say you're a paladin defending, then you can bubble, and then he can vanish, and then he'll zap you, and then he'll take the flag still. So there's a lot of stuff you have to be aware of when defending bases. One thing that's really important is that if you have a pet, you keep the pet close to the flag and yourself pretty far away. That way a rogue is going to have a really tough time defending or taking the flag from you, Make sure you utilize your pet well to stop him from capping. And make sure all you have to do is staying alive and don't use your trinket unless you absolutely have to. And that is my quick tips here on defending a base. Alright, that was the video. Hopefully it helped you to get Duelist or Elite 2100, get some better gear. Or just even lower ratings. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, that works. And check out the Twitch channel, guys. I'll see you then for some viewer RBGs or curve runs.